We have on the Morning Rush the U.S. Ambassador, the Honorable Philip Goldberg, American Ambassador to the Philippines. Welcome!
Thanks very much. It's
Oh
great
my
to be with the
gosh.
Rushers.
So we are just
Chico, I'm looking at what the ambassador is holding, and it's like a dossier of us.
I'm looking at your resumes
What
to make
did
sure
they
you're
put
legit.
It's not true. Whatever
Yeah.
you read about me, it's not true.
Let's see, Chico Garcia, real name. Oh, I won't say.
No.
Feel free. I want to find out.
No, but we're very glad that we have you in the
Our
RX
studios,
booth.
yeah.
And whatever it is they told you about the Morning Rush and its hosts,
Entirely
it's
not true.
exaggerated.
Yeah.
I think I'll get along with you guys.
It sounds like we're so defensive.
I know. No, not really. But thank you for joining us.
Well, what is Monster Radio? What does Monster mean?
Well, it came out of an era where, you know, everyone was trying to be in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Late 80s. We patterned the FM was much like how it was in the U.S., where you have the.
So it's either Monster or Kiss. Kiss FM.
Kiss
Yes,
FM,
Monster
exactly,
FM,
right.
yeah.
And then all of our DJs also had the same name as the ones in the United States,
Oh, yeah.
like Spanish sounding. So we
That's why
retained.
Chico.
Yeah, that's why he's Chico
Well,
Garcia.
actually, I didn't. By the time I joined RX, they weren't doing the It used to be like literally monsters, like monster names.
Well, I think the reason why they named it Monster was because they thought that it would be big.
Huge.
Yeah,
huge.
huge.
Which is why they named it Monster.
More like monstrous.
At least that's what it says on the website.
Yeah, that's what it says. But of course, after a while, we started like hiring like humans.
Yeah.
You know, to be
They started off with him first.
Yeah, the
No!
monster.
I was
They
one
saw how
of,
that turned out.
I
They were
was
like,
one
yeah,
of the
let's get
humans. Yeah.
Do you have Monster ratings?
Yeah. Well.
Yes.
Definitely.
They'll go down this morning.
Yeah, and it's very nice that you got to join us. We'll talk about a lot of things, but like what you walked in on us, we were doing the top 10,
Right.
very much like very David Letterman. Only instead of us supplying the entries, it's actually our listeners who tweet us what their entries are.
So
And
basically, we have a topic that we talk about, and then we ask people to contribute for
to
it.
contribute.
Yeah.
And what we wanted to do was, since you are visiting the RX booth, to do the top 10 Pinoy Culture 101. So we're giving you like a crash course.
Very good.
Actually, our listeners.
Yeah, straight from the
Yeah.
people.
Even better.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty
Because
sure that
I'm
there
sure
are.
I can upgrade. No, I didn't mean that.
Because I'm pretty sure there are a lot of things that Filipinos do that get quite confusing.
Yeah.
Like some of the examples that we had earlier, is like, I don't know if you've encountered this before, but every time you go to like, I don't know, a household maybe and you see somebody eating, they'll ask you na kain po tayo, which means like, let's eat.
Let's eat.
But it doesn't necessarily mean that you eat with them. It's more of like a,
It's just a courtesy
Yeah,
thing. It's not meant to be taken literally, but it's a way that Filipinos are polite.
They're very polite Filipinos.
So they
Very
say
friendly.
they say let's eat, but it's not really.
Oh.
It's not. You're not really supposed to.
because it's weird, because people will like maybe.
So why do they say let's eat?
To
Out of
include,
courtesy.
to include
just
someone.
to make you not feel out of place.
Yeah, to include
So when you walk in on somebody, let's say at the office, you pass by the pantry, somebody's eating like
A burger.
one bite left of a sandwich, and he'll say, "Let's eat." Yeah, but obviously you're not going to eat that.
Yeah.
So stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, so let's give the ambassador some examples.
Okay, so
what they said here.
but first the ambassador, you've been here since November.
Right.
So you caught the cooler part of the year, and then you went through summer.
Yeah, January and February particularly were just wonderful months. But the
Summer
last few
months.
months have been a challenge.
Yes, it's
Someone from the northeast of the U.S.
This is the hottest
Is
country you've been. We were asking you.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, other than Washington, D.C. in July.
This is the hottest.
This is the hottest. But
Yeah.
it's similar in some ways. Washington, D.C. was built on a swamp. It's a lot of it's landfill. So it's not completely unknown to me.
Yeah. And okay, so we'll give you some of the entries that we've been getting so far. Okay, so let's start off with Kuya Maui. Let's see here. Pinoy Culture 101. In the Philippines, Batman is in charge.
You're
How do
probably
we-
wondering why.
Yeah, how do we explain this?
We have a say. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that we're the only country that does this. But
Yeah.
every time, like, you never know what
What
you're
to
supposed to do. Like, if you don't know where you're supposed to eat or where you're supposed to go.
Or even if you have a big problem and you don't know what to do, you just say, Bahala si Batman.
Bahala na si Batman.
Bahala na si Batman.
Say,
Which means
Direct translation would be
it's up to Batman.
it's up to Batman.
It's all up to Batman.
Weird, right?
we see your
Yeah, the ambassador is like-
why would you do that?
I would think it had something to do with the Riddler.
Yeah, because he's a question
It's
guy.
a question.
No.
But it's not, I think the only reason why they even use Bahala na si Batman is because it both Bahala starts with BA and Batman also starts with BA. I don't know.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense.
Perfect
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. So let's say they come up to you and they say, Ambassador, what do we do? Blah 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 blah. You just go, "Bahala na si Batman." That's what you say.
Not very ambassador-like.
It's like it's weird,
It's a
but
weird thing for an ambassador to say.
So next time the press comes up to you and
Right.
says, Ambassador, what do we do? Blah blah.
or what are your thoughts on blah blah blah?
Yeah.
China.
Yeah.
Let's practice it. Bahala na
Bahala na
si Batman.
si Batman.
Yeah, that's it.
Sabi ko. Batman is the one I have trouble with.
Because I think the urge is to say Batman.
Yeah,
Batman.
Yeah.
It's not Batman.
No, it can't be Batman. It has to be Batman.
Batman. It's a Batman.
Yeah.
Just think of the currency of
Bahala na
Thailand.
si Batman.
Yun!
Whoa!
That's it.
There you go.
Kiko Monster says, Pinoy Culture 101. We are very, very good with language. We speak good English and un poco Espanishan.
Poco.
Espanishan. A little bit.
Spanishan?
Espanishan. A little bit of Espanishan, but very good with English.
I'm kind of embarrassed.
I know.
You're not explaining our culture very well.
No! This was sent in by Kiko Monster. So we're actually very good with language. We like to mimic. We're very good
Yeah.
at mimicking. So sometimes you'll encounter Filipinos who might not be as proficient in English, but it's very good at approximating it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I can understand that.
Even with
And I've heard that.
accents. Yeah.
This morning
Uh,
with Chico.
And Maximo says, when you see a sign that says, okay, well, I'll say it first in Filipino, and then we will try to translate it.
Okay.
Maximo says, bawal umihi sa sign na nakalagay, bawal umihi.
Okay. So translation would be you can't pee on the sign that says you can't pee here.
Here, it has to be
There's a
said.
certain logic to that.
Yeah.
Because like in the US, you don't have to put signs that says, don't pee on this wall.
Yeah.
Right.
But
No, you
here, we kind of,
But I think more graffiti. In the U.S., that's more of the problem when it comes to walls. You know, people want to write on it or draw on it. Here, people
Well, we
feel
write
they
on
need-
it too with just a different kind of.
and we tend
Right.
to pee where there's a wall.
I think that makes good sense.
So,
Would you rather pee into the air?
no, I mean, like, we really, like, if, especially, like, sometimes you have, like, drivers, they've been driving all day, and you need to pee, instead of going to a mall and going to a bathroom,
Yeah.
people tend to pee on walls.
On walls.
Weird.
So it needs to be stated, do not pee on this wall, but that wall,
You
It's
can't
fine.
be.
It's completely fine.
just not this wall, okay?
Okay.
For Rene Boy says, in the Philippines, we love, for our nicknames, repeating names or syllables of names. John, Mac,
Don Don.
Tin, Don,
Bong bong.
Bong.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
That's actually
So
true.
if you were Filipino, you'd probably be like,
Junjun.
Junju.
Yeah, Junjun is
Yeah.
also another repeated name.
or for your name,
Ipe.
but it has to be repeated.
Ipe.
Or Fifi,
Fifi.
Fifi.
Well,
not Fifi. Like,
I'm not French. You know.
Yeah.
Or Lip Lip.
Lip lip.
Lip.
That would be something, yeah.
But you know, here I am in a country with my name, the Philippines.
Oh, you're
Oh,
right.
right.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
King Philip.
King Philip.
Right,
King
right.
Philip.
That's right.
Spain.
That's my nickname, King Philip.
So you own the islands.
That's it.
It's the Philippines.
Actually, speaking of nicknames, we also tend to call people by their physical
Attributes.
Oh, don't try that with me.
No,
Why?
you know, if you were an ambassador and you visited the Philippines,
What?
they'd call you like puti, which is
Yeah.
white, or they call
Or whatever
you,
outstanding quality you might have.
if you're tall, they'll call you tangkad.
Ah,
which
si
is tall.
tangkad. Right.
If you're curly haired, they call you kulot, which is curly.
If
hair.
you're skinny, they'll call you payata or yata.
Yeah.
Diba?
Well, you're getting there between curly and skinny.
Diba? Also, Mad Mac Mark says, in the Philippines, Filipino security guards think that all people are hermaphrodites
Huh?
because they call everybody mamster.
Mamster.
It's true.
Have you been called mamster?
No, but I've entered like a department store where they say, yeah, good morning, mom, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mamster, regardless of who's
And it's
coming in.
weird because you
It
look
is,
around
it's
and you're
very-
alone.
Yeah, and there's no doubt that you are a male.
Sure. Yeah, exactly.
I have
Yeah.
noticed that.
So it's like mamster for everybody.
That's what. Yeah, why?
I don't make a mistake.
Why? Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's
You're
like,
covering all your bets.
and usually it's like a group of people coming in, so they just say it over and over again.
Good morning, mamster. Good morning, mamster.
Good morning, mamster. And For Renny Boy says, the idea of utang na loob is until death.
Oh, this is pretty hard to explain.
Yes.
Utang na loob is.
Well, we say that when you get married. Until death do you
Until
part.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true, but then that's a vow, because utang na loob is roughly like gratitude.
Yeah, debt of
Debt of
gratitude.
honor. Is it? Is it?
Well, mostly when someone does something for you that they're not supposed to, that they go out of their way for you to do something, you're now indebted to that person. But that
But for life.
indebtedness will never be repaid.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no way.
Let's say you really, really needed money, and then somebody lent you
Lend
money.
you the money.
It's not enough that you lent them money back. Even if you lend them money in the future, you lent them money back as well.
Because they can always say that your need was greater. Or
Yeah.
something like that.
It's like you're forever indebted to them for helping you out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it's a way that Filipinos try to create this hold on each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if I'm indebted to Chico for the rest of my life, you know, it would mean we would have to get along. I'll try all my,
Oh, that's impossible.
so true.
Yes. Yeah. But you're indebted forever.
Forever.
For as long as you live. 10 Pinballin says, as long as a foreign act becomes popular, even if they're just 1/1,000,000th Pinoy, it'll be hashtag Pinoy Pride.
Yeah. We claim people.
We
I
tend to
notice,
claim
I
celebrities.
notice this with a lot of Philams, that they may have one grandparent who's
Exactly.
Filipino and they refer to them as Philam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if they're famous. There's
Yeah,
always like
especially,
a-
right.
Right.
And we try to find like the connection, the Pinoy connection. Nicole Scherzinger,
Dennis
Bruno
Rodman,
Bruno
even.
Mars.
That's
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Well, that's
what
good.
we do.
It's trying to bring pride.
And also, Mad But Mark says, we love cheesy dramas and over-the-top, melodramatic, emotional outbursts. And that's just in the Philippines. That's not even on TV yet. That's just the Philippines.
Well, it's on TV.
Yeah, it's on TV.
It's on TV, yeah.
but-
It's just not fiction. That's all.
Exactly. Also, Alex Grand Slam says, we will kill our pet goats, pigs, chickens, every time there's a visiting VIP. So, and Paul Jeffrey says, even if, let's say, you don't eat anything the entire year, as long as when there's an important occasion, you should have like a feast. Even
Yeah.
if the rest of the year you're not eating anything.
It's not very practical.
Not very
Not very
practical.
practical. But it even happens with like, I don't know, visiting family members.
Yeah.
Like let's just say you have family members who have been abroad for quite some time and they come home and for some, I don't know, odd reason, you go beyond your means
Yeah.
to just provide like a really good meal.
In Tagalog, they say, katayin ang baboy.
Yeah.
It means kill the pig.
Yeah.
Well, Filipinos are so hospitable and they always want to be having a good time, so the two things combined, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But to a fault sometimes. Sometimes it's like it's the only, like imagine serving your,
You're only like cow.
Yeah.
But then again, we don't really have a lot of cows.
or your only night fury.
Dragon.
Dragon?
No, I mean like, because some of the animals are like your pets already. But, you know.
You don't eat pets.
You don't eat pets.
You don't.
And also from, let's see here, Pambansang Wika. Just by watching Pinoy telenovelas, you would think that all babies are switched at birth. And that the hospitals are so careless that
And irresponsible.
babies are always switched.
But I guess Americans have that version, daytime soap operas,
Daytime,
where
yeah.
all the weird things happen.
They're declining. There are fewer of them now, but there's
Yeah.
still 2 or 3, I think, that continue. But it used to be 10 or 12 during the
Yeah.
afternoon.
Was it back in the day, like
Like
Young and the
Young and the
Restless,
Gold and the
Days of Our
Days
Lives.
of Our Lives.
Days of Our
yeah.
Lives, yeah.
And
All
Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara.
right. All My Children.
All My
All
Children,
My Children.
of
Oh
course.
my gosh. As opposed to the nighttime soaps, which were like Dallas Dynasty, that's landing.
Right.
Knots Landing.
Knots
Wow,
Landing.
yeah.
A generation doesn't-
Melrose Place.
Melrose Place.
Yeah.
The ambassador is more hip than you are.
I'm a little, yeah, at least I'm into the 1980s.
Actually, that's true. Melrose Place.
Was Beverly Hills 9210 an evening?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
Evening,
yeah.
One with Luke Perry.
Mhm.
And the top, Pinoy Culture 101, comes from Kiko Monster.
He says.
Anyone older than you, but nowadays, even people younger than you, are called ate or kuya, even if you're not related.
Ate is like uncle.
Ate is like
sister.
older sister.
Oh, us older sister. What's the one like uncle?
Tito.
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 Yeah.
Tito, tita.
Tito, tita.
And then ate kuya. And even, let's face it, even people who are younger than you,
You
You
still
call
call
them
them
you
ate.
call them
Yeah.
ate kuya.
As long as you don't know who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
long- But of course, literally, it means brother, sister. Older brother, older sister.
Yeah.
But out of respect. And are
I
you
think,
from-
yeah.
Well, actually, we use those terms, but they're not out of respect. They're kind of friendly terms, like, hey, brother, how you doing? Or,
Yeah, like
"Hey,
bro.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
Like
right.
bro.
Get out of the way, sis.
Not very polite.
Have people used walk and walk already?
No, what is that, Grandpa?
No. Our grandpa is actually Lolo.
Lolo, of
Yeah.
course, yes.
Grandma
I have
is
heard
Lola. Po is a term of respect. It's
Oh, Po, sure, like good morning, Po.
Yeah.
Yeah, there,
Magandang
there.
umaga, Po.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Sure,
yes.
sure.
You just append it.
Yeah,
Any statement,
right. Salamat, Po.
and automatic,
Yeah.
if you put it at the end, it means you're being respectful.
You're being
Yeah, but
respectful.
what I think is humorous is when people say it in English and then say Po, like good morning, Po.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sort of
That's
a
funny.
mix
Or
of
like-
the two, yeah.
But I think it's because we're so used to just mixing all of the languages together. Like sometimes you'll even hear like certain dialects with another dialect and then a little bit of English on the side too.
And po is so tricky. Sometimes you're already being rude, but you put po just to counteract.
Well, I'm waiting for them to call me Lolo.
I don't think they will. Don't worry. All right, so this is just a sneak peek of what we have today. And of course, we'll have more with our ambassador in the RX booth. Of course, this is the top 10 Pinoy culture. If you want to send in more of your entries, just tweet us via twitter.com/rx931. Please include hashtag The Morning Rush and hashtag Pinoy Culture 101. And thank you, we inched up a notch again. We are trending in the Philippines.
Thank you.